Hi everyone, so let's talk about star signs. Now this video is only going to be about Western astrology and today's one is about Cancers. This topic is vast, we couldn't possibly cover everything, so we are just doing sun signs today and as I said, only in the Western astrology. So this is going to be a mini series of 12 parts covering each house in the zodiac, and as I said, only their sun signs, but this will progress into moon and into rising signs as well. Now, firstly, what are the signs? Well, there are hundreds and thousands of constellations in our skies. Every year comes around the whole Ophiuchus thing and has everyone change star sign, and is there a 13th house? No, there isn't. There are 12 signs in the zodiac and that is what we stick to. If we kept every single constellation that's in our skies into our zodiac houses, one person would be 100 different zodiacs just for one day. So we're going to start with Cancers. Cancerians are born between the 22nd of June and through to the 22nd of July. They're a water element and they're the fourth sign in the zodiac, so this is number 4 in our mini series. The stones that are associated with Cancers are moonstone, rubies, emeralds and pearls, and their power colour is a silver or a grey. So they are widely known for being nurturing and emotional, highly intuitive. They can at times be quite insecure and rather sensitive as well. Their psychic abilities manifest in tangible spaces. So for instance, Cancers can really effortlessly, oh I can't even speak today, effortlessly pick up emotions in a room. And they're highly sensitive to their environments as well as extremely self-protective like a crab. So the Cancer sign is normally depicted as a crab with its claws, and the little glyph is normally a 69 on its side. That represents a crab and its claws, or it does actually represent a woman's breasts as well. Things like sensitivity, moodiness, caring, femininity, I'm surprised I could say that word, home, creativeness, all these are like main Cancer traits. Thus that the symbol of the crab expresses the self-nurturing and the real feminine qualities of this zodiac sign. They are really known as the caretaker of the zodiac. It's a compassionate water sign, and it's really like the sense of establishing home and family and roots and children, all things like that. That's what comes natural to being a Cancer. So if we think about those kind and nurturing souls, some famous people that are Cancers is Chris Pratt, Meryl Streep, Ariana Grande and Kathy Bates, who I don't think has ever had children actually. So on the good side, Cancer's personality is really loyal and they're very protective and they're intuitive and they're very, very caring. But on their bad side, they're quite sensitive, overly sensitive, they're quite moody and they can be really vindictive as well. They're experts at when it comes to achieving intimacy. So when two Cancers are together, they don't need sex or words to feel connected to one another. They find pleasure in quiet moments. Since they set such a value on family, they work really hard to push through any issues that may arrive, and anything they can solve. This mainly in their home. But they are extremely sensitive water signs and they tend to always want to revisit the past due to this quality. They really tend to hold grudges as well, and because of this sensitivity and grudge holding and stuff, they find it really hard to look past flaws and past mistakes of other people. So onto the planets and the stars. Now the planet that rules Cancer, funnily enough, is the moon. And I guess the moon changes tides as much as a Cancer changes moods. So it's a very good representation of how Cancers are. Planet is responsible for the ebbs and flow of the oceans, and human emotions as well, if you look into the whole moon cycle and how it affects people upon this earth. The moon influences how we feel, and Cancers feel quite a lot, so it doesn't work in their favour, but at the same time it does make them very intuitive. Cancer's constellation is located in the northern sky, and it was first catalogued by the Greek astronomer Ptolemy in the 2nd century. In the Greek mythology, Cancer represents the crab that was sent by Hera to kill the hero Heracles. In loads of versions of this, but there is also the idea that the crab was kicked to the stars by Heracles, or indeed placed amongst the stars by Hera after being crushed by Heracles. So it's the 31st largest constellation in our sky. It takes up 506 square degrees, and it is located in the 2nd quadrant of our northern sky. In mythology, as I said, Cancer is associated with the crab in the story of the 12 labours of Heracles, which is represented by the constellation Hercules. So in the myth, Hera sends the crab to distract Hercules whilst he is fighting the Lernaean Hydra. This is a serpent-like beast with many heads and poisonous breath, and it's represented in the Hydra constellation. So just to clear up any confusion, Heracles and Hercules are actually the same person, they just have different names. Now, when the crab tries to kill Hercules, Hercules kicks it away so far away that it reaches the stars. Now, in another version of this, Hercules kills the crab and Hera places the crab among the stars to represent it. Hera is a sworn enemy of Hercules. However, she places it in our northern sky, which doesn't have any bright stars, and that's because despite the crab's best efforts, it wasn't successful in accomplishing its task. So Cancer does not actually have any stars brighter than its 4th magnitude. Those of us that are born under the Cancer sign can sometimes just be known, stereotyped really, as being moody and over-emotional creatures, but the truth of it is Cancers are a lot more complex than that. They possess some unique traits and such, and characteristics as well. Like, Cancer children are the original free-range kids. They like to be using their imagination, they create beautiful worlds, just this whole globe that they live in. The most sensitive of the zodiac's water signs, they can seem sort of not of this world, because the one they make up is a lot safer to their own soul and what they need. So we're going to go through some of the Cancerians' traits. They have a really one-of-a-kind sense intuition that really allows them to pick up on things that would actually just fly right over the head of others. They're naturally gifted at reading people and can generally tell when somebody is being off, even in the slightest, or unusual in any way. And they should learn to trust their instincts, because more often than not, they are absolutely dead on. So Cancers aren't the types to half-arse things when it comes to love. They make incredibly intense and passionate partners. Sort of being loved by them is unlike being loved by anything else. They have this amazing power to make a person feel alive. However, they are sensitive, and it can be really rough on a Cancer's heart if they are being toyed with or played with, and they do have a notorious hard time of moving on in any sort of relationship. Once it's over, can take them a long time till they're fully back on their feet and healed from their heartbreak. They are one of the most giving zodiac signs. They will go to the ends of the earth for their friends and family, and massive acts of generosity come out of nowhere when you're around them. However, they can come across as a bit of an enigma sometimes. They're quite a mysterious person, and there seems to be so much more there that we only get to see the surface, a bit like the water represented by their element. They really don't give away all their secrets in one go. They're not the type to broadcast their opinions or their emotions or anything like that, like some of the other signs do. It can make them really extremely hard to read for other people, people that don't know them very, very well, but they can't say no to a bit of affection. especially when it comes from the right person. They love to feel needed and wanted, and they have a very tender side, a very sensual side that just thrives on affection, especially from loved ones. Although they are pretty easygoing in their life, don't expect to just walk all over them. Their mood can change like that, like the wind. When they're up, they feel amazing and on top of the world, but when they're down, their lows can be hell. They can be so intense. They often do try their best to keep things under control, but sometimes their own emotions do just overwhelm them. And as displayed by a crab, they are a homebody. If they could carry their homes on their backs, they probably would, and they feel more at ease when they're at home in their own comfort. They really don't get along with loud and obnoxious people. They do like their peace, but when they do become upset, they'll throw up their walls and they shut absolutely everybody out. Doesn't matter who they are, and they will become very, very distant. As previously said, they do hold grudges for very long times. Even the most remote things of remembering who stole their boyfriend in high school, or the bartender that shortchanged them 5 years ago, like, they always hold on to that emotional heart that they have, and they never let things go. But Cancers do everything with passion and love at the core. They will open their hearts to anyone. They're very empathetic and they're very compassionate, and they are incredibly sensitive. And they are the most tender lovers. Having a lover like a Cancer is important. The crab will care for you in so many other ways that people do not know how. Their most compatible signs are Scorpios, Pisces, Taurus and Virgos, and their least compatible signs are Aries, Libra, Aquarius and Sagittarius. So it is a bit of a mix-up. Their opposite signs are Capricorns. So altogether, be careful how you walk with a Cancer. They are very emotional people and they do take things to heart incredibly easy. However, if you can gain their loyalty and you can learn to just cope with their moods, then they do make amazing life partners. Cancrum, Sol, Signum. So this, as I said, has been video number 4 in this 12-part mini series. So do make sure you keep your eye out for the other sun sign zodiac videos that I am doing, and I will eventually be moving on to moon signs and rising signs as well, because they are just as, if not more important than the sun sign that you are born under. Thank you.